friends. Today I would like to talk about this amazing therapy which is called inner child therapy. So it's my absolute favorite and I use it a lot. I've been using it for several years um, when I'm working with people, and people usually come to me with a problem that they're having in their current life, and believe me, the solution is, like almost always in so many cases, is found through inner child work. So inner child work, stated in the simplest form, is about going into childhood to get the answers for the problems that we are facing in the current life. So this therapy, it operates on some premises uh, like there are laws of nature, like gravity is the truth, and for inner child therapy to work the way it does. So there are different premises which it stands on. So one premise is this, that we are energy beings. So most of us are only acquainted with our identity as physical bodies, but we are much more than that. Even science now agrees to this, that we are a bunch of vibrating particles. The cells in our bodies are made of atoms, and atoms, when we use the most powerful microscope, if you imagine going inside the atoms, they are made of vibrating particles. There's huge space between these vibrating particles in terms of, if we go to the microscopic levels. Not only us, the entire world, if we look at any solid object, it looks solid because we are seeing it with our eye. But if we were to use powerful instruments and be able to see what is inside it, it would be a bunch of vibrating particles. So that vibration is energy, and energy fields have been detected. Even brain's energy can be mapped. Right? So we are energy beings, and to heal many of the problems that we are facing in our current lives, many times we need to heal that energy. So the first premise is that we are energy beings. So the second premise that the inner child work it stands on is that the root of any problem that we are facing right now, it is in our past. And many times, just by going into our childhood, reliving whatever important, significant events that happened to us, releasing whatever needs to be released, reforming the beliefs that we need to form at that point of time, we are able to heal the current life issues. So most of the people who come to me, they tell me that they had good childhoods, that there was no problem there. But most of us, we hold images of our childhood. So as none of us had, or like most of us did not have enlightened parents, so we went through different things, and by trying to work through those things in the best way that we could, we formed beliefs which were many times not conducive to a happy life. So the third premise of inner child work I'll come to at this point is that we are the creators of our reality. So whenever somebody comes to me, they come with a problem, and many times, okay, if it is a problem with the mother-in-law, so it would be like, okay, so she has made my life hell, and the answer to the problem could be in their minds, that only if she would behave differently, or X would behave differently, or this would happen like this, then my life is going to be okay. So what I always take them back to, which I completely believe in, that we create our own reality. and from where are our life experiences coming from. So the movement of life is towards healing, always. So it will always bring us to the circumstances through which we can heal whatever needs to be healed at a particular point of time. That is why many times if we look back at our lives, there are patterns which are repeating in our lives. Maybe there will be abandonment happening again and again, loss happening again and again. So patterns repeat because the soul is trying to heal itself. And when we heal whatever needs to be healed in that past, that pattern also stops repeating. That's what I have observed in my experience. Like for this person, this imaginary person we were speaking about, who is troubled by the mother-in-law, if she really heals whatever needs to be healed inside herself, the behavior of the mother-in-law will change, or she might move away and not be in her immediate physical presence. Maybe start living separately, or something or the other happens in which they can't clash with each other. So these beliefs, these negative beliefs that we have formed, they are not at the conscious level. So we are not aware of them. So only very small part of our brain is conscious. Rest is subconscious. So like if this is the entire brain, only this much is conscious. Rest all of it is subconscious. The subconscious, what does it contain? It is the programming which we have carried from our past. It's unconscious and it is what drives us. It is what creates whatever that we are facing, and we are helpless against it. So many times I'm talking to people and they tell me that this is this pattern which they know it is there but they don't know how to change it. They are not able to change it. Right? So that means it's coming from the subconscious. Subconscious, it's beyond the conscious and it's very powerful. So inner child work is a way of working with the subconscious, releasing whatever needs to be released. So in the simplest term, the basic process would be a guided meditation session in which we go to parts of the childhood and the person relives them as if it's happening right now. Yeah, or that is what the endeavor is. So it involves catharsis, which would be release of the emotions that were stored at that point of time, sometimes, right? Or it could be changing the beliefs that were formed at that point of time, right? And it involves talking to that child part of us who received those hurts, who was wounded, who lost the self-confidence or who lost the innocence or who lost the trust in people. So inner child work is retrieving that child part of us. And when we are actually able to retrieve that child part, we regain the qualities that were lost. The qualities could be of trust, of joy, of innocence. And life becomes much more fulfilling. It becomes complete. It starts making sense. So inner child work, it's a process which takes place over a period of time. It's not this just we do it like once and okay, everything is going to be sorted out. So it is like a sadhana which takes some point of time, but it gives excellent results. It is very, if one is open to, willing to delve into parts of her childhood, then it's a fruitful process. And it produces changes which will always then stay with you. Many times we try to act just on the produce changes just on the behavioral level, So this person is troubling me, okay, I'll just move away from that person. Or then this person will probably follow me there. That's another story. Or things which are on a very superficial level. But here, when we are working, we are going to the root of the problem. And when we are able to heal the root of an issue, we change our lives. And we become as if we are free birds, as if there is this fountain of joy inside us. So when we, so to say, connect to the child part within ourselves, the happiness that comes to us, the joy that we are able to feel is only when it is felt, one can really believe and understand it. One can even unleash the creativity that is inside one. The ability to be joyous in a moment with simple things like children have that. So I love to say that I work with children inside adults, and through this video I invite you all for this journey. In any ways that you can, even by listening to this video, you have opened up to inner child work, and it takes place in miraculous ways when we become open to it. Many times it can even occur spontaneously in dreams, even in meditations. So you can take the help of a therapist who is nearby, who's practicing this. You can research it more. I have trained under Dr. Newton Kundavati, and you can check the website of Life Research Academy, and it's a beautiful process, and you can learn more about it. And that way also you become more open to this process. And as you become open to it, some doorways will open, and you'll be walking through it. And before you know it, you'll be on this journey of healing. And as you heal yourself, know that you will be healing your family, you'll be healing your workplaces, you will be healing the people that you meet. So a person who is healed, wherever he or she travels, peace travels with that person. So be that person, and I wish that for you, that you are that person, that you spread peace wherever you go. Thank you so much for listening to this.